Hello, welcome to this tutorial in which I introduce you to .NET 8 Blazor web application template in Radzen Blazor Studio. Before I start the tutorial, I need to let you know that you need to ensure that you have updated Radzen Blazor Studio to the latest version. After updating Radzen Blazor Studio to the latest version, start Radzen Blazor Studio. After starting Radzen Blazor Studio, then you go to File, then you say New Application. So, under Choose Application Type, you are going to select Blazor Web Application. This will create, so you select Blazor Web Application, then you click Next. I'm going to call this HR app. Now, after that, you select the interactivity mode for your application. It could be either server, WebAssembly, or auto. If you select auto, that means you want interactivity for both server and WebAssembly. And let me over on this. It says client rendering using Blazor server initially, and then WebAssembly on subsequent visits after the Blazor bundle is downloaded. Let me choose the theme for my app. The theme for my app is default. So the directory on my C drive should create a folder called HR app. Then I click Finish. While the application is building, I will copy the transact SQL code to create the database for you. I'm going to right click on the server, then I click on New Query. Note I'm in Management Studio now. Then I'm going to right click, I'm going to put paste. So I've selected paste. So I'm going to test this. Okay, after that I'll click execute. So database has been created successfully. Now that database has been created successfully, then I'll go to data, select MS SQL, I click on next, server name, go back to Object Explorer, click on properties, copy, I paste here. SQL login is the authentication type, username SA, password, database, HRDB. I click next. Okay. Yes, I want to enable optimistic concurrency. I click next. I want to generate pages for CRUD operation. I leave the selection in CRUD. I click next. select all options here. I'm changing the date format. Then I click finish. So the application is ready. But before I run the application, note that two projects were created by Radzen Blazor Studio, a client project and a server project. In the server project, we have a component folder. These are the contents. We have a controllers folder. The controller folder contains one controller for each of the tables in the database. Then we have an export controller, an export HRDB controller. Then we have a data folder which contains the entity framework context. We have the models folder which contains a subfolder called HRDB. This HRDB subfolder contains model classes for all the tables in the database. Then we have services, folder. The code for HRDB service will be utilized when the application is being rendered in server mode. Then of course we have the app settings.json, then we have program.cs. Then on line 9, you can see on line 9 we are adding Blazor components, and we also have adding interactive server components and interactive WebAssembly components. This is in program.cs. And then in line 48, you have app.map_Blazor components .add interactive server mode .add interactive web assembly mode, so on and so forth. Then let's take a tour of the client project. We have the layout folder which contains the main layout for the application. Then we have pages folder which contains a page for all we contain 3 sets of pages for all the tables in our database. We have the start page as well. Then we have the services folder which contains the WebAssembly equivalent of the HRDB server, HRDB service that we saw in the server project earlier on. And of course, the WebAssembly app also has its own program.cs. Okay, now that I've taken you through it all, let's run the application. So I click run. Oh, I forgot to mention something, that you must also ensure that you have .NET 8 installed on your machine for you to be able to successfully run this tutorial. while the application is starting, if you want to download .NET 8, just go to google.com, type .NET 8, then you go to the download .NET 8. Then you choose the installers for your machine here, and then you download it and go ahead and install it. So I'm back to the application that is running. You can see it's still building. See the network started. Connecting to browser is taking longer than expected. Okay, finally the app is starting. So we have home, countries, we have home, we have countries, we have departments, we have dependents, we have employees. Let me look at the country stuff. Okay, we have countries. These are departments, dependents, employees, jobs, locations, and region. Let me stop the app. Let me add security. So I click security, ESP.NET Core Identity. I click next. Allow user registration. Okay. Allow password reset. Yes. I don't want to enable multi-tenancy. My SMTP server, smtp.ethereal.email, email user, copy, email user, george.cochran15@ethereal.email, email user password, then I click finish. Note, Ethereal is an email server that you can use during development. So it simplifies life for you while you are developing. So I click finish. So right now we are adding security. Now that I've finished adding security, I'm going to click run again. So migrations have been applied. Migrations for ASP.NET identity have been applied. So I'm going to log in with development credentials of admin as username, admin as password. So let me create rows. Super admin. MD. Head of HR and staff. Now let me go to users, add Benjamin SQL Server at gmail.com. I'm going to add me to super admin and empty rows. Password underscore one, confirm password underscore one, and I click save. Let me add one more user. Okay, let's add George Hockery at real.email. Let's assign him to staff role. Password underscore one, password underscore one. Let's log out. I'm going to log in as Benjamin SQL Server at gmail.com. Password underscore one. click login. That works. Let's log out. Let's try signing up. Sign up. So let's sign up as Ahmed Musa at supereagles.com. Password _1. Confirm password _1. Click register. Registration accepted. Please check your email for further instructions. So I go to ethereal.email. I'm already logged in as Josh Kokri. So I go to my messages. So you can see email from Ahmed Musa at supereagles.com. Says confirm your registration. So please confirm your registration. The registration has been confirmed. So I'm going to log in as Ahmed Musa at supereagles.com. Password _1. Login. So this is where I'm ending the introduction to the unified Blazor template in Radzen Blazor Studio for .NET 8. Thank you for watching. I'm going to log out now. Thank you.